7 bitter realities in old age you must embrace to find peace and happiness. Growing old is a privilege denied to many. Yet for those who reach their golden years, it comes with both blessings and challenges. Accepting the realities of aging isn't always easy. However, embracing these truths is the key to finding peace, contentment, and happiness in this stage of life. Here are 7 bitter realities of old age, along with wisdom on how to accept and rise above them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Health will decline and energy will diminish. One of the most difficult realities to accept as we grow older is that our bodies begin to betray us. The energy that once seemed limitless now ebbs away like a tide slowly pulling back from the shore. Simple tasks that once felt effortless, like walking across the yard, bending to pick something up, or climbing a flight of stairs, may now leave you winded, frustrated, or in pain. Our hands may tremble, our eyesight may fade, and our bones may no longer feel as strong as they once were. These changes remind us that the body, though miraculous and resilient, has its limits. This is not an easy truth to face. For many, the loss of physical vitality feels like a loss of independence and identity. After all, for decades, you relied on your body to carry you through life. It worked hard as you raised your children, built a career, cared for your home, and created a life worth living. Accepting that your strength is not what it used to be can be disheartening, even frightening. But here lies the opportunity for growth. Embracing the decline of physical health does not mean giving up. It means choosing to adapt and reframe what your body's limitations mean for your life. Instead of dwelling on what you can no longer do, celebrate what you still can. Perhaps you no longer run marathons, but you can still take peaceful walks and soak in the beauty of a sunlit morning. Maybe your hands ache when sewing or gardening, but you can still sit quietly and enjoy the sight of your flowers blooming, the fruits of a lifetime of care. There is power and grace in learning to live within your body's new boundaries. Taking care of your health also becomes an act of love for yourself and for those who care about you. Prioritizing your well-being by eating nutritious food, moving as much as your body allows, and attending regular medical checkups are not signs of weakness. Instead, they are signs of strength and wisdom. You honor the body that has carried you through so much, and you show your loved ones that you value the time you have with them. Equally important is understanding that while your body may slow down, your mind and spirit can remain vibrant. Old age is a time for reflection, for deep thought, and for enjoying moments of stillness that younger, busier years rarely allow. This is a season where you can share your experiences and wisdom with others, engage in meaningful conversations, or lose yourself in the pages of a good book. It's a time when your mind becomes your greatest asset, even as your physical body changes. Do not let the fear of physical decline rob you of joy. The truth is that aging teaches us a valuable lesson: the body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. Your worth is not measured by how far you can walk or how much you can lift. Your worth lies in the love you give, the kindness you share, and the wisdom you impart to those around you. So, accept the changes with courage and grace. Treat your body with the gentleness it deserves, for it has served you well. In those quiet moments when you feel the weight of aging, remember this: you are not defined by your physical strength, you are defined by the strength of your heart, your mind, and your spirit. The body may decline, but your soul can continue to soar. 2. Loneliness may creep in as we age. The silence around us can become louder. The bustling, noisy days of raising a family, building a career, or sharing a home with a spouse now fade into quiet solitude. The house that once overflowed with laughter, conversation, and movement may now feel too large, too still. Friends and loved ones who were once constants in our lives move away, grow ill, or leave this world entirely. Though the heart remains full of love, the absence of their voices, their touch, and their presence leaves an ache that is difficult to put into words. Loneliness creeps in quietly, sometimes unnoticed at first, until it begins to feel like a companion you never invited. Sitting alone at the table, looking out the window at the unchanged view, or watching the clock move slowly through the day can make you feel invisible. You might even begin to wonder if the world has forgotten you, that in its rush to move forward, it no longer has a place for you. Yet loneliness does not have to be the final chapter of your story. While it is natural to grieve the changes time has brought, this is also an opportunity to rediscover what connection means. Loneliness, when faced with courage and acceptance, can be a doorway to something unexpected, new relationships, deeper connections, and a renewed appreciation for your own presence. It begins with the understanding that you are never truly alone. The memories of those you loved remain with you, alive in the stories you tell, the habits you've inherited, and the love you still carry in your heart. Sharing those stories can build a bridge to others, whether it's a grandchild eager to hear about your youth or a neighbor who becomes a new friend. Opening your heart allows others to step inside. Reaching out takes courage, but it's worth it. There are people who need you as much as you need them. Community centers, senior clubs, places of worship, and even local libraries often provide spaces where you can meet others who are walking a similar path. In these settings, shared experiences can forge deep bonds. A simple conversation over a cup of coffee can remind you that your voice still matters and your presence brings comfort to others. Technology, though unfamiliar to some, can also be a tool to bridge the distance between you and your loved ones. Video calls allow you to see the smiles of children and grandchildren, no matter how far away they are. Online groups connect people with shared interests, providing a space to exchange stories and ideas. Even a handwritten letter or a simple phone call can rekindle old relationships and remind you that connection is always within reach. Equally important is learning to appreciate your own company. Solitude does not have to mean loneliness. It can be a time of peace, reflection, and rediscovery. Spend time doing things that nourish your spirit, reading, painting, gardening, or simply sitting with a favorite memory. These moments remind you that you are enough just as you are. Your life has meaning, whether or not someone else is present to affirm it. Loneliness may visit, but it does not have to stay. You are still a vital part of this world, with stories to share, wisdom to give, and love to offer. The bonds you form now, whether old or new, can bring light back into the quiet spaces. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are seen, valued, and deeply needed. By reaching out and embracing yourself, you can turn loneliness into connection, isolation into belonging, and solitude into peace. 3. Financial security can become uncertain. The reality of financial uncertainty in old age can weigh heavily on even the strongest shoulders. After years of hard work, saving, and planning, you may have hoped that retirement would bring freedom from financial worry. But life has a way of surprising us. Rising healthcare costs, inflation, and unexpected expenses can erode even the most carefully built savings. But these thoughts, while natural, are unkind to the life you have lived and the efforts you have made. Now is the time to treat yourself with grace and understanding. You are not alone in this struggle, and financial insecurity does not diminish your worth. Your life's value cannot be measured in dollars and cents. It is found in the love you've given, the sacrifices you've made, and the legacy you've built over a lifetime. Finding peace with this reality means focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Take practical steps where possible. Budget carefully, simplify your lifestyle, and seek support from resources designed to help. Programs like Medicare, Medicaid, food assistance, and senior benefits exist to ease your burden. There is no shame in accessing these resources. You earn them through a lifetime of hard work. Seeking help is not a sign of failure. It is a reflection of your determination to live with dignity. Downsizing can also bring unexpected relief. Moving to a smaller, more manageable home or cutting back on unnecessary expenses can lighten your load and offer a sense of freedom. When you release what you no longer need, you create space for what truly matters: peace, security, and the ability to focus on the joys that remain. More importantly, this is a time to redefine what wealth means. True wealth is not found in material possessions but in the experiences, relationships, and simple pleasures that fill your days. A meal shared with loved ones, a walk in the fresh air, or the warmth of a good conversation costs nothing but brings immeasurable value. These moments remind you that joy is not reserved for those who have much. It is available to those who appreciate what they already have. Financial uncertainty may be a bitter reality, but it does not have to steal your peace. Your life is a testament to resilience, and you have weathered storms before. Trust that you will find a way through this one as well. Focus on the wealth that cannot be measured, your relationships, your memories, and the love you continue to give and receive. By embracing simplicity, gratitude, and the support available to you, you can face this reality with strength and grace. In doing so, you will discover that financial limitations may shape your circumstances, but they do not define the richness of your life. 4. Loss of loved ones becomes more common. As you journey through old age, the reality of loss becomes an undeniable part of life. Friends who shared your childhood dreams, a partner who stood by your side through decades of joys and struggles, siblings who held your hand during the storms of youth. One by one, they leave this world, and their absence carves an ache that words can hardly describe. The empty chair at the dinner table, the phone that no longer rings, or the anniversary of a loved one's passing can make the silence feel deafening. Loss does not only take away people, it takes away shared memories, laughter, and the comforting knowledge that someone truly understands your life story. The grief that comes with these losses can feel like waves, sometimes gentle, and other times overwhelming, bringing unexpected tears in the quietest moments. You might sit with an old photograph or hear a familiar song, and suddenly feel as if time has folded back on itself, as though they are still here, just out of reach. It's natural to feel lost in these moments, wondering how to move forward without the ones who were once your anchors. Their absence can make the world seem unfamiliar, and it can leave you questioning how to fill the spaces they left behind. But here is an important truth: the depth of your grief is a reflection of the depth of your love. You mourn because you love deeply, and that love does not disappear with their passing. It remains woven into your memories, your stories, and the very fabric of who you are. The people you've lost live on within you, carried in the lessons they taught, the kindness they shared, and the moments you'll always hold close. Carrying this love forward means honoring them, not by forgetting, but by living. Share their stories with others, speak their names out loud, and remember the funny moments, the quirks, and the times they made you feel seen and loved. Through your memories, their presence endures, not as a shadow of sadness, but as a light that continues to shine. Grief also offers a quiet lesson about time and connection. It reminds you to cherish those who remain, to say the things that matter, and to strengthen the bonds that still exist. Perhaps there is a friend you've lost touch with, or a family member who needs to hear your voice. Reach out. Life's most profound healing often comes through the love we share with others. While the pain of loss never fully disappears, it softens over time. Slowly, you learn to carry it with you, to accept that those you've loved are no longer physically here, but are forever a part of you. Their presence may no longer fill the room, but it fills your heart, a steady, quiet warmth that reminds you of the richness of a life shared. In the face of loss, you are left with a choice: to close yourself off in grief or to embrace the time you still have with gratitude. Choose to honor those who have passed by living in a way they would have been proud of, with love, kindness, and a deep appreciation for each day you are given. Loss may be a bitter reality of growing older, but it is also a reminder that love is what makes life meaningful. The people you've loved and lost are never truly gone. They are a part of you, always guiding you as you move forward into the days that remain. 5. Society may overlook your contributions. As you grow older, it can feel as though the world begins to turn its gaze away. In a society that celebrates youth, ambition, and constant productivity, the wisdom and contributions of older generations often go unnoticed. You may sense this in the way people speak to you, as though your experiences are no longer relevant, or in the way decisions are made without considering your perspective. You may feel it when younger generations seem too busy to listen, or when the work you dedicated your life to is no longer acknowledged or remembered. This can be a deeply painful reality. After all, you have spent years building, nurturing, and giving. You raised families, shaped communities, and contributed to the world in ways that mattered. You worked hard, sacrificed, and created a foundation upon which younger generations now stand. To feel unseen after giving so much can leave you questioning your worth, as though society has decided your time of value has passed. But here's the truth: your contributions are immeasurable, and their impact lives on. The work you did, the lives you touched, and the lessons you taught are not forgotten. They are woven into the world around you. You are part of the foundation of your family, your community, and your country. Even if society doesn't always acknowledge it, you have shaped the lives of others in ways that cannot be erased. The challenge now is to recognize your own value, even when the world doesn't. Your wisdom, your experiences, and the stories of your life are treasures that no one else possesses. Share them, offer your insights, speak about your struggles, and teach the younger generations what you have learned. Whether it's a grandchild, a neighbor, or someone you meet in your community, your words can be a guide. You may never fully know the impact of sharing your perspective, but rest assured, there is someone who needs to hear it. It's also important to claim this stage of life as your own. You no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You've already done so much. Now is the time to live, not for recognition, but for joy, purpose, and peace. Spend your days doing what brings you happiness, whether that's connecting with friends, pursuing long-neglected hobbies, volunteering, or simply sitting quietly and reflecting on a life well lived. Your value does not diminish because society fails to see it. Your worth is inherent, shaped by a lifetime of love, effort, and resilience. If society seems to overlook you, let that be its loss, not yours. Remember that your worth does not depend on how loudly the world applauds, but on the quiet, enduring legacy of the life you've lived. The wisdom you carry is irreplaceable. The love you've given continues to ripple through time, and the work you've done, seen or unseen, matters. You are not invisible, you are not forgotten. Your presence is still a gift, and your contributions are written in the lives you've touched. Hold your head high, and walk through this stage of life knowing that you are part of something much greater than yourself. Your story matters, your voice matters, and the world, whether it recognizes it or not, is better because you were here. 6. Independence may be challenged. There comes a time in life when the independence you once took for granted begins to feel fragile. For years, you were the one others lean on, the steady rock, the problem solver, the caretaker. You took pride in managing your affairs, making your own decisions, and carrying yourself with dignity. Now, however, even the simplest tasks might feel like mountains to climb. Driving alone to the store, maintaining your home, or managing day-to-day responsibilities can become daunting, and asking for help may feel like a loss of control. This change can stir up a quiet sense of grief, as if you're being asked to let go of a part of who you are. You might feel resentment toward the walker waiting by the door, or frustration when others insist on lending a hand. For many, accepting help feels like a blow to their identity, a reminder that time has altered what was once effortless. But the truth is that losing physical independence does not mean losing your sense of self. There is a unique strength in knowing when to lean on others. It takes courage to admit your limitations and wisdom to recognize that accepting support is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of love and trust. Those who step forward to help, your children, friends, or caregivers, do so not out of pity, but out of gratitude. Let them offer what you once gave so freely to others. There is no shame in this exchange. It is the natural flow of life, a cycle of care that connects us all. True independence lies not in doing everything alone, but in retaining control over your choices and your mindset. You still decide how to spend your time, what brings you joy, and how to live with intention. Even as physical limitations arise, your spirit remains untouchable. You are still capable of deep thought, creativity, and purpose. This is a time to embrace what you can still do, no matter how small it may seem. Whether it's tending to a garden, cooking a favorite meal with help, or simply sharing a story, these moments remind you that your essence has not been diminished. Practical changes, like downsizing your living space, adding safety features to your home, or using tools to assist you, are not sacrifices. They are choices that honor your well-being and allow you to live with dignity and safety. These adjustments empower you to enjoy life with less struggle and more peace. Most importantly, this chapter of life invites you to shift your perspective, Independence does not define your worth. Your legacy is not built on how self-reliant you are, but on the love you've shared, the sacrifices you've made, and the wisdom you offer. You are not diminished by the help you receive, you are enriched by the connections it fosters. When you accept the hands reaching out to you, you allow others to express their love in this way. The challenge of independence transforms into something beautiful, an opportunity to deepen bonds, build trust, and show that strength comes not from isolation, but from connection. You remain whole, valued, and deeply significant, no matter how much you need others. 7. Time feels both abundant and limited. In this stage of life, time carries a paradox. It feels as though you have endless days ahead, yet each moment feels increasingly precious. Retirement and the slowing pace of life may make the hours seem long and unhurried. The rush of earlier decades has softened into quiet days filled with more reflection than action. But within this quiet comes the unmistakable awareness that time is not infinite. There is a sense that the days are numbered, and this truth can weigh heavily on your mind. You may find yourself revisiting the past, reflecting on decisions made, roads not taken, and moments that passed too quickly. Regret might knock at your door as you think about things you wish you had done or said. Simultaneously, you may feel the urgency of the time remaining, the desire to use it meaningfully before it slips away. This awareness is bittersweet. It can bring clarity but also a quiet ache. Yet time's finiteness holds a gift, the chance to live with greater intention. When you understand that each day is a treasure, you begin to savor life in ways you never did before. Instead of dwelling on what has been lost, focus on the blessings that remain. Time spent with family, a simple conversation with a friend, or the peace of watching the sunrise can become profound moments that nourish the soul. Let go of regrets. They serve no purpose in the time you have left. What's done is done, and every choice you made, whether right or wrong, shaped the person you are today. Forgive yourself and others, for forgiveness is the pathway to peace. When you release the weight of the past, you make room for the joy of the present. The time you have now is yours to fill, not with grand gestures or accomplishments, but with moments that bring you meaning. Rekindle passions you once loved, whether it's art, music, or writing. Take time to share your stories with your children and grandchildren. These are gifts that will outlive you. Reach out to old friends and repair broken relationships where you can. Time may feel limited, but it is still enough to heal, to love, and to connect. There is beauty in slowing down. In earlier years, time seemed to slip through your fingers as you raced to meet life's demands. Now you can linger. You can sit quietly and notice the small details, a bird perched on a tree, the warmth of the afternoon sun, or the joy of hearing your grandchild's laughter. These seemingly small moments are the very essence of life. They are what you will hold on to when all else fades. Do not fear the ticking clock. Instead, let it remind you to live fully. Every day is a gift, an opportunity to choose joy, gratitude, and love. The quantity of time does not define its value. The way you choose to live it does. Let the awareness of time's limits inspire you, not burden you. In this stage of life, you have the chance to create a legacy of love, kindness, and presence that will endure long after you are gone. Time may be finite, but the impact of your life is not. Live with intention, love with abandon, and embrace the beauty of every moment you are given. In doing so, you transform time from something fleeting into something eternal, a reflection of a life well lived. Embracing the beauty of life's final chapter. Old age, with all its challenges and changes, is not an end but a new chapter, one that invites you to slow down, reflect, and rediscover what truly matters. The realities of aging, though often bitter, also offer opportunities for growth, healing, and deeper connection. They remind you that while life may take away certain abilities, it can never take away your spirit, your love, or your worth. You have lived a life filled with experiences, lessons, and resilience. Each wrinkle on your face is a testament to laughter, struggle, and survival. Each memory you hold is a chapter of a story that no one else could write but you. Though the world may seem to overlook you at times, your presence still matters, your voice still matters, and your life still matters. This season of life is not defined by what you have lost, but by what remains, your wisdom, your relationships, and your ability to find joy in the simplest of things. There is beauty in the stillness, meaning in the memories, and freedom in letting go of what no longer serves you. Embrace the time you have left with gratitude, for every day is a gift, a chance to love, to laugh, to share, and to live fully, even in the quiet moments. In facing these realities with courage and acceptance, you will find peace, not because life is perfect or easy, but because you have chosen to see its beauty, even in its imperfections. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of something timeless, a generation whose strength and sacrifice paved the way for those who follow. Your legacy will live on, not in material things, but in the lives you've touched and the love you've shared. So walk forward with your head held high, knowing that your story is far from over. In every sunrise, every conversation, and every quiet moment of reflection, there is life yet to be lived. In that life, there is still so much to cherish, to give, and to celebrate. You are enough. Your life is enough, and the time you have now, no matter how much or little, is precious beyond measure. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.